Hello, my dear viewers. My name is Marina, and I spent a wonderful vacation, a wonderful weekend in the most isolated city of Russia. A city surrounded by friendly, not so friendly now, countries. Lithuania, Poland. Can you guess what city is it? Of course, this is Kaliningrad city and Kaliningrad region. And now I'm having a walk with the guide around one of the most interesting Kaliningrad region district, Amalinau. And let's do it together. I will show you wonderful, terrific, outstanding houses. Okay? The former name of Kaliningrad is Königsberg, and it's obvious that for 7 centuries it was the Prussian area, not Russian, but German-Prussian area, and only for the last 80 years it's Soviet-Russian region. And this district, Amalinau, is really amazing. All the houses were built in 19th and at the beginning of 20th century. Of course, now you can buy a house here, but I really can't imagine the price of it. Wow, after lasting 2 days snowfall and snowstorm, everything is like a fairy tale, look fabulous and magnificent. Every house here has its own history, sometimes very sad history, because there lived a great deal of Jewish families, and you know about Holocaust. Some of them could survive, and some of them were killed during the Second World War, or Great Patriotic War, as we call it. You see, again, the house dated 1907. And every house has its own architecture style and very interesting roofs. On the opposite side of the street there are also wonderful houses. Have a look, like castles. Very nice district. What do you think? Kaliningrad is a very big city, but you can find such wonderful historical corners right in the center of city. Five minutes by car and you'll get the central square. But here is silence, and it looks like a suburb, yes? Not like a city itself. Oh, my dear viewers, I'd like to share with you this unexpected view of nature, because it's not typical weather for this region. It's snowing not so often, even in winter time for sure. Oh, what a fence. Oh, I think it doesn't suit to the views of the houses, this fence.
стандартах. Посмотрите, это самое мощное, наверное, здесь. Принадлежало семейству Винтер, у них были гороховые мельницы. То есть она по-прежнему не выбивается из тех самых требований. 2 этажа с мансардой.
I have a chance to listen to excursion in Russian language.
До 30-х годов, поэтому не видел всех этих ужасов Холокоста, а его жена в стенах этой виллы покрывала детей, изгнанных из сиротского еврейского приюта, недалеко от того места, где мы с вами сегодня будем. Ну, а уже потом, как я уже сказала, военные начинают здесь жить. Здесь сегодня какие-то квартиры передаются уже по наследству, в том числе у коллег моих кого-то. Здесь бабушки, дедушки живут до сих пор. Очень много в интерьерах таких домов старинных еще осталось все равно и мебели, и каких-то элементов в виде радиаторов, лестниц, оконных рам. Но уже, конечно, во время после Первой мировой скромнее домики становятся гораздо. То есть до Первой мировой тут жили те самые олигархи, как мы сказали, а потом уже будут люди поскромнее строиться, многоквартирные дома появятся. Но по-прежнему атмосфера камерности, атмосфера приятная здесь сохранялась. Ресторанчик «Каринское дерево», «Каринтенбаум». И там можно было отведать нетипичной для этих мест средиземноморской кухни. Это сегодня у нас разные направленности, от грузинской, паназиатской, какую хотите, сыщите. Я говорю про ту самую церковь,
Amazing city, Kaliningrad.
Стала в итоге кукольным театром.
City park,
Она
real
стала
park.
благодаря неравнодушию
Can you imagine how green is it in summertime?
Так, например, Юрий Ваганов в сговоре, очевидно, со сметчицей.
Kaliningrad is a great mix of different cultures. And you know the name of these wonderful historical gates, Brandenburg gates, with its marzipan museum inside. Oh my God, what I see. These all made from marzipan. It's art, real art, you know? You know what is this marzipan? All it's made from almond, flour and sugar. Cathedral from marzipan. Of course, it's not a museum. It's museum, but with a shop. And let's see prices for marzipan. So, for example, $5 and more, $7. Just for 170 and 200, about 200 grams of marzipan, and it looks like chocolate, but it's also marzipan with walnut and pistachio and orange. 220 rubles for 85 grams. Wonderful design of candies, marzipan candies, 200 grams. Of course, expensive, 915 rubles. It's about $15 for today's rate of exchange. This marzipan, 125 grams, costs about, I think, $8. It looks wonderful. It's good for presents. And I'm going to buy it later. I don't have enough time now. At last, we reached the wonderful promenade along the river. You see, the citizens are so happy because of snow. This place is called Fisherman Village. Have a look at that. It's a real Europe and a wonderful lighthouse. Not so cold. And the smell of Christmas and New Year is everywhere. cathedral on the island of great philosopher Immanuel Kant. Kaliningrad is a seaport because thanks this river Prigola. It goes through Kushsky Gulf straight to the Baltic Sea. This is unique place. A black pigeon and a white seagull. A wonderful place. Bakery. I feel like somewhere in Europe. Oh, emotions. I love Europe, to tell you the truth. If I remember rightly, Königsberg was founded in the middle of 13th century. And this is the grave of the great German philosopher Immanuel Kant. Have a look. He was born here in Königsberg, and I love Russian people. We respect different cultures. Of course, it looks not like Russian Orthodox churches. It's typical Gothic masterpiece. Such a cozy places are here in Kaliningrad. Have a look. We are in a small cafe, and we ordered glühwein. It costs 300 rubles for 400 milliliters. And have a look at this menu. I know that you are interested in prices, my dear friends. The cuisine here is not typical Russian. It's a mix of Russian and German cuisines. For example, the dish, the favorite duck of Kant, costs 465 rubles, one portion. And herring with pickled onions costs approximately 400 rubles. Prices are like in Moscow. And you see a German brunch, sausages grill, plus a glass of draft beer, I hope German beer, 5 rubles. It's about $9 for today's rate of exchange. Nice place. Life as it is. My channel made in Russland. I travel a lot, my dear friends, you know about that. And I love this city. I really adore this city. This is the third time I'm here. And every time, in every season, I feel here like home. Have a look at that. Have a look at this man. He's a real knight. Teutonian knight, I hope. I suppose. Oh, as for me, I love seagulls. And you? They are so noisy. You have only one pot? Oh my dear. What happened? Oh no. You were just freezing because of snow. Such a wonderful, such a nice, cozy region. Did I tell you before that I love Russian people? They're very kind-hearted. Give me some bread, please. I translate the language. And to me, and for me, and for me. One leg seagull. Bye bye, dear Kaliningrad. We're coming back to Zelenogradsk, another wonderful city. And I promise you, I will shoot a video of Zelenogradsk, a city of cats. Have a look at this wonderful banquet for our company. These are all typical local food. You see herring and fish and meatballs, and we're waiting for salads and of course a little bit of champagne. But first of all, New Year mood. Salads are coming. Salad with the warm chicken liver. The main dish today is duck with carrot puree. Smells perfect and looks wonderful.